What's up, everyone? Back at it again with some solo Ascent 7 runs. People seem to really enjoy yesterday's, huh? Well, to be fair, regardless if y'all enjoyed it, I would probably still be streaming this week. Well, it definitely gives me more motivation. Let's go. Big Ascent 7. What's the deal with airline food? Deal is that's just going right in the backpack. What's the deal with 2 airline foods? Yeah, we're good on food and stamina for a bit at least. Too fond of the bandages, but these are what it is. Alright, let's go. Definitely interesting to have the map generate sort of iron rock outcrop right here. Typically see that in the map gen. Certainly not for this level. Actually kind of cool. As for luggage, I don't see any here. As soon as I open my mouth. Let's have a quick bite. For the road. If it was easier to get up here, I would make the jump across. It might be feasible to go up here, depending on what's on that side of that rock formation. But I think we go with the devil we know. I feel like this for sure will get us up to where we need to go. As opposed to going that side and gambling that it will take us there. Well, now I'm not so sure. This side also looks pretty out of the realm of doable. Absolutely nothing up there. Big yikes. Already a hurdle on the first map. Look at this. It shows we don't have a lot of max stamina. Really allow this to work. shit talking I did. Let's retry here. This is not gonna work out. I don't know how to do this. I'll try the outskirts and ready to. This map already looks cucked. Like no luggage either, like this is so bad. Got a bunch of stamina to just get up here, and there's no guarantee this even gets us where we need to go. Absolutely nothing. I feel like I'd have to hit another airline through here just to get up top here. Very, very, very tough first map. A little bit lighter, but ton of stamina expended for this. Okay, this looks slightly more promising. That's not saying much, it's like being the nicest guy in prison. Jesus, how many crispberries is bush smoke? Wouldn't mind a medicinal root around here. Keep climbing here, but then we're gonna need some resistance. Might be able to get up there. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. And we're killing a bunch of stamina. And I mean, at this point, why not give it a go? Getting somewhere. Something we probably couldn't have said just mere moments ago. Interesting. This would probably make or break the run right now. Well, when in Rome. Quick run here. This is such a weird ass map. Like, you don't typically see this kind of formation, this formation, on the first biome like this. This is very abnormal. I mean, you might be able to climb up here, but it's gonna be tough. Especially if like no items. Seeing no luggage here. One rescue clock can make this so easy. Good luck getting one now. Man, this point, I might as well just explore this and hope for the best. I'm hoping for a luggage here. And I'm not keeping my hopes up. Okay, there is one luggage here. Now, if this is a rescue claw, I think the run is saved. Or at least a chain rope launcher. If it's neither of those, then I'm not liking our chances. And it's bandages. I think of a worse item than rope stool. Yikes. Alright. Time to pivot. And work our way back there. Perhaps get on this bridge, get up there, and then kind of figure it out from there. Because I don't think we have the resources to really take the right side by storm. Just slip right off. That would be no bueno. You can make it up here. Just barely. Still not too many luggage on the way here. I remember the days of playing this biome and seeing at least 6 or 7 by now. Just not really the case for recent playthroughs for whatever reason. Yeah, this looks a lot more optimistic. We have a lot more avenues of potential success. I low-key like this concept here, although there's no guarantee that's gonna work. I feel like the odds of getting this to work are better, but we're closer here. We might as well just take a look. It's definitely one of the more unique RNG map generations of this biome I've played in recent time, that's for sure. There's so many pizza abilities here. Can we just take this? Get on here and take this bridge over there. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, we probably won't get any items. I would assume there'd be some luggage over there. We're kind of just skipping all that. To be fair, since we are now undead, kind of want to as item dependent, or at least like for food and whatnot. We'd still use the extra stam and these items here that could get us across. A rope cannon, chain rope launcher, stuff like that. could say that about even the human form. You always want those kind of items. Surprised we're making it up here. This stamina pool. Professional gamer. It's all pretty good luggage up there. And a good ancient statue. It's just I can't climb up this. Backup plan, I suppose. Cook a bunch of this little berries here. Use them for stamina. I wish I wasn't on a jungle map, and then I get maps like this, and I kind of, I say to myself, you know what, jungle map might not be so good. Let's get all the max stam we can get. Generous enough to give us a lot of crisp berries up here. So we'll take advantage of that. I will say most definitely, as of right now, the contrast between yesterday's audience and today's is very drastic. Days like this, you really get demotivated. Alright. Luggage right there. And a luggage over there. Any of these easily accessible? I think I see a way. Reach that fine though. Very close, almost reaches. There might be a way if I were to like jump from there, but what the hell is that? I've never seen that before. And now I'm curious. Watch it be like an explosive poison mushroom or something. Cloud fungus, what the hell? I can only imagine you don't take any fall damage on her or something. That would be my best guess. I've never seen it, nor have I used it. There's another thing over there as well. Look, you wanna know what that is? Actually, go ahead and throw that. lots of fun guy here. There's some more over there. Imagine if these are stackable. Actually, no, these are like berries or something. So no good to use. Doesn't matter anyways. Let's run dead. I see some potential maybe on the left side here. Get blown off the map. Use a bit of extra stand. Don't mind. I don't want to save this shrooms here. Should help us in some of the more delicate situations. Alright. That's one way to end though. A waterfall. Can't say I've ever seen that. A waterfall killing us. Lovely. Yep. Definitely Ascent 7. 91. Clear Ascent 7 or I walk. Get on, nerd. See if you can do Ascent 7. But this one goes to 11. Why not just make Ascent 7 higher? You're playing a good game like Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you know. Lord of the Rings kind of sucks. I mean, have you watched the Amazon show? Would you want $1 billion or that amazing Lord of the Rings show? Is that what you're playing? You're playing the game based off of the Lord of the Rings Amazon? Or the Amazon Lord of the Rings? This is all stuff you would have known they added had you actually gone out and played. They should make a Rings of Power game. I can only imagine all the cool stuff they'd be able to add, like, well, I think you know. Why hasn't there been a Game of Thrones game? That's a good question. Probably because, like, the later seasons killed anything that could have came out of there. There's a lot of media franchises that really don't capitalize on the success. It just kind of happens to them, and they're just like, oh shit, they scramble up towards the end. You would think there would be like a game in the works as the show was going, but because that show went on like a long time ago. People don't fucking realize Game of Thrones was like years and years and years ago. It's like a decade now or something crazy. It feels like it was just like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I think it was like over a decade old. The fact that they didn't put like any infrastructure to make a game, MMO, anything is kind of crazy. But I feel like if they were going to, they probably would have been like in the later seasons, and then they just realized like, oh my god, these two jabronis behind the helm absolutely killed this beloved franchise. At least for the television side. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era of gaming, and so many banger movie show / tie-in games. I almost wanted to say PlayStation 1 more so than PS2, but I'm not sure. PS2 has some good games. I don't know how many of them I've played, but... Yeah, back then when like movie tie-in games were actually like... It was almost like a show me, like a prove me type thing, like a proving grounds for devs who weren't really established. Because usually the movie tie-in games went to devs that didn't have much of a brand name. And they were hungry and they came out with like really good games. And I never, like, now the more recent reputation that they have is that they're just like cash-ins and like shovelware games, but there was a time where they were actually pretty peak. They died in the 360 area. Oh yeah. PS3/360 era most definitely stopped giving a shit. I think it was like a new turnover. Like the devs who were working those movie tie-in games either got tied in with like a franchise in particular and made those games forever, like Traveler's Tales, I think was doing like Lord of the Rings games or something. Or sorry, Lego games. I think the good devs that were making movie tie-in games like splintered off and started to do like bigger projects, or they just stuck with the IP they were working on, or started like porting games and stuff. And then there really wasn't a new wave of devs that were like filling those old shoes. Okay, we went right side, I think, and then back to the left side here. I think we just try this. I remember in the 360 era, people just said all movie tie-ins are bad games. Yeah, I don't know, like, it's crazy, like, the perception, like, we completely just rewrote history with one era of shitty movie tie-in games, and then that's, like, been the perspective, or, like, the common perception is that, like, all movie tie-in games are garbage from the get-go, and you kind of roll your eyes, but, like, PlayStation 1, man. I'm not here to say, like the movie tie-in games were, you know, absolute classics that rival like the big titles from each generation, but they were a lot more serviceable than they had any right to be under the circumstances of like the developer and what the franchise was asking of it. So the Toy Story 2 platformer was really good. The Bugs Life platformer was really good. Is that a podcast app? Pretty much. If you only knew how many like quote-unquote underrated gems I had lined up that I know you haven't played or probably never heard of, that I absolutely like adore. Again, you can wake me up from like a drunken stupor. I could give you 10 podcast episodes easily. That's why it's like sad that this podcast was never gonna happen. What you should do is hit the like button on the stream. I think the algorithm pushes harder. Now you know, no pressure. Thank you, sir. I hate asking for likes, but it's like at this point, beggars can't be choosers. The Warrior. I mean, Rockstar made that game, so it's just one Disney games. Have you ever played My Disney's Kitchen? My mother got me that game like on the PlayStation 1 when I was a young lad, and I was like, "Oh shit! I get to cook for Mickey and Minnie Mouse. This is awesome." The amount of hours I had spent just like coming up with like recipes, like, "Yo, I'm gonna make these guys a steak. I'm gonna make these guys." All the coolest shit. remember just being in school, like doodling on like a notepad. Do you remember those days of just like being in class and just like not daydreaming, but just like envisioning, like, okay, when I get home, I'm playing this, I'm doing this, just planning out like what you were gonna do in the video game? So I remember doing that in school for my Disney kitchen. I was like doodling like what I would cook for these jabronis. This is such a... There's no way this is gonna go for me. I doubt I can even make it there. Maybe with the lunge. Barely. Sopranos game, of course. Woke up this morning, got myself a sub. I play that song when I get a new subscriber. I think Tony wanted a meatball sub. In the winter, we will do stuff. I've heard that before. Last year, possibly the year before that. I'm still playing on messages. I remember in the 360 era, people said all movie tie-ins are bad. Sure, yeah, I read that one. Yeah, but it's like the people who are revising the history, right? So it's like plenty of times you'd love to like blame a corporation or like an entity or something, but it's usually the people that really are at the root of everything. The Harry Potter games, like even like a Star Wars game on the PlayStation 1 I have good memories of. I don't know how good it was, but yeah, people love the Harry Potter games on PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I have to get my streak points. I remember talking to friends about which games would be play after school. I remember being in elementary school and having like the GameCube copy for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, like the Zelda Master Collection up to that point, and like kids in elementary school passing around this like strategy guide for Majora's Mask, and that's like one game you definitely would love to have a strategy guide for, because that cryptic ass game. Now that they're like the collector's item. God forbid I, get some success here on any of these platforms. There's like a lot of videos I'd love to be able to do. I just feel like they'd be a waste at this point because I have like no eyes on me, but what I definitely want to do is just show off like my vintage PlayStation 1 collection, like showing off the Ape Escape vinyls. I have like a Ape Escape, I think 1 and 2 strategy guide. I have a strategy guide for Spyro 2, for Spyro 3, I think Spyro 1 as well. I have to check actually. I might have a strategy guide for all 3. I think I have like a Crash Bandicoot Warp strategy guide. There was a time where I was just like a madman on eBay. This milk's not gonna do anything for my hunger, unfortunately. Remember the Star Wars games? Those were sick. Episode 3 was great, but also Star Wars games that were movie tie-ins. Republic Commando. There's like a bunch of like those RPG ones that people really loved. And of course like Star Wars Battlefront. I had super fond memories of playing some of those like multiplayer games, split screen. Fucking dude. Every time I like talk to somebody or stream a game, I'm always reminiscing about the quote-unquote good old days, and like getting happy then very sad, remembering like I'm never gonna get those days again, and just thinking about how like not even just me, I weep for a generation. They're like split screen co-op is fucking dead, but my god, man, just I'll never be able to relive those memories of you and a couple of the boys sitting down around a CRT TV and just playing a split screen, like especially like a first-person shooter. So many memories of like playing 007 Nightfire with the boys. Like, that was pretty much like my Halo for me. Like, I know a bunch of people have like those fond, like similar memories when they played Halo with the boys. I was never an Xbox guy, but like, I can imagine if even a fraction of the fun that was had for me playing Nightfire was even remotely close to like what you guys did for Halo, I could completely understand those days. But it's like no one's gonna be able to enjoy. You won't even be able to physically own a fucking game anymore, let alone split screen now. Mr. Firmino, your streak, R.I.P. Yesterday I did great. A lot of people there. What the fuck happened? There ain't nobody today. This is bullshit. I want a refund. I get days like that, and I think to myself, am I getting like view botted? Especially when like nobody comments. And then I went to go look back at like the analytics on that stream, just trying to figure out like what worked. I just like all those views came from like YouTube TV. That's the thing now. People just like, I don't know. So like maybe my video got like auto played on a YouTube TV and people fell asleep while it was on the background, or maybe they just didn't like bother changing the channel, just watched some idiot play Peak. But just to sit there and see like 10 people, I think we got like 12 Peak concurrent viewers, and obviously it's like they're not gonna be chatting on our YouTube TV or doing much of anything, even like asking them to hit a like button. I guess they couldn't do it on a YouTube TV, so I don't know. RP streak. Alright, you're starting a stream. I can hop in a call if you want, but I gotta work in the morning, so I'm not trying to play anything. Thanks, just trying to run out. No gaming's totally shit, and I think regularly at any new player trying to argue, we are just being old man. Okay. I'll see if I'll give you a call on Discord, see if you're on. Because I don't imagine having another day like last night where it's just like 12 people. So to focus on like carrying a solo commentary like I did yesterday is just not here for me tonight. Just light this campfire. Give you a call on Discord. Hello, sir.
Hey.
Hey, must be the gay.
Yeah, I can only play 2 for I think I can only do a level or 2, so I didn't feel like loading up Peak just to play like. I wouldn't even be able to finish Peak run.
Yeah, Peak is a commitment of like at least an hour. On Ascent 7, most definitely more than an hour. You understand, like, every conversation I have with people is just like reminiscing about like the early 2000s and then being sad that they're no longer the early 2000s.
Dude, I was like talking to my so like at my work, I think I mentioned it a few times, like decent amount of the people that we have working there are like younger guys that my brother's like either coached or whatever. So like I'm early 30s, like me and my brothers, like we're all around like 30-ish, like 30, like early 30s to mid 30s, and like a couple of the people we work with are like early 20 type thing. And like I'll be sitting there talking to, like, just the other week, it's so funny to me, like we were literally, me and my brother were talking about like, oh man, do you remember like, because it got brought up by like the PlayStation like getting rid of physical discs or whatever, and it was like, man, you remember like playing old Xbox games like Return of the King? Like I remember like me and my oldest brother and like my other brother, like we would all the time just be sitting there playing Return of the King co-op and all this sort of stuff. And like I remember talking about like, oh man, if I remember correctly, like Project Gotham Racing, that was like one of the sort of Xbox exclusive racing games. You could, so actually Xbox in general, you can load up like you could put a CD into the Xbox and like download the CD's music onto your Xbox, and then you could go into certain games, and for like Project Gotham, if I remember correctly, you could make you could like download you could take the music that you downloaded onto your Xbox and have that play on like the game or whatever. Just little things like that where it's like, oh man, like they wouldn't even attempt to do this in like a newer game. And like I know this because I played newer games and they don't do this. Like, or even just like Ratchet and Clank, I'm playing the game and like it's like, oh, here's 20 different skins that you can unlock by like doing stuff in the game, and it's like again, this isn't old man yelling at clouds. Like this is like shit that I've experienced by growing up playing these old games and seeing that, and then I go to the newer games and it's like, oh, if you want to get some skins like that, that's like a DLC or like a microtransaction or whatever. Like you have to either pay something or whatever, like, or even if you can unlock it, it doesn't actually do anything. Like a simple cosmetic, just like there's so much shit where it's like, man, gaming used to be better, and
Everything used to be better. This theme of like shrinkflation. It's not just like for groceries. Like the corporations have been actively selling you like less features,
shittier products, and like again, it was the thing I sent you earlier about fucking David Jaffe being like, but like guys, games cost like $300 million to produce nowadays,
and
like,
yet they're worse, and they're giving you less than what you used to get. Like fuck off.
yeah,
Your $300 million budget.
But like it's also just like it's like, oh man, games cost $300 million to produce, and it's like, how's that my fault? Like, I don't understand like why you guys thought like pumping more and more money into this fucking industry, like to produce a single game, was a smart business decision. You guys shot yourselves in the foot, and now you're trying to turn to us and be like, you have to help us. You have this is your fault. Deal with it or whatever. And the thing that pisses me off is there's too many people, like younger people, who think like, oh, that's just kind of what gaming is. And it's like, no, man, like I don't even like. It's simple to just say like, oh, when I bought a game back in the day, it was a complete game. Whereas now, it's not a complete game. It's like, it's not, like, that's a very simple way to put it, and it is true, but like, it's deeper than that. It's like, I can feel that I'm playing a product, I can feel that I'm playing a product. I'm not playing a passion, like something that a bunch of people who are passionate about this fucking hobby created in like their time, in their free time.
And that's why the world needs passion podcast more now.
Right? Like, dude, you need to like tell people, like,
Tell the young generation to fucking stop buying garbage.
Okay, actually, my brother, we were kind of talking about like games earlier today, actually at work. First thing I'll ask you,
Right,
well, not even ask you, but just like, I'm 99% sure they're going to be doing like a WoW Classic thing, like another sort of WoW Classic.
what do you mean?
No, sorry. So like Season of Discovery was a thing where it was like classic WoW, but they like started trying to like add updates, like make some new stuff to like continue the like WoW Classic experience. And me and a lot of people think that was them sort of testing stuff out, and it's Classic Plus. That's what I meant to say. Like, I think they're gonna do like a Classic Plus where they're gonna do like another sort of WoW Classic thing. And it's gonna be like an extended game that's gonna have a lot more content past just the normal WoW Classic content. Now, one part of me, sure, might be like, I love, like, WoW is one of my favorite games. I would be down to play that. But then another part of me realized, me and my brother, this is what got the conversation started. We were both like, it's not that, like, if they went and did a WoW Classic, sure, if the game's doing something I want them to do, but the issue at that point is now, I'm gonna be stuck playing this game with people I don't want to play it with. Like, do you think the community of that fucking game, like, I know you're not super into WoW, so like you don't know for,
That
but,
was
like,
for that like time period. That I
yeah,
bought,
but like,
a month and a half or whatever the fuck.
yeah, but even that was just like specifically WoW Classic. Like you've never really delved into like retail WoW or anything, right? So like if you
It was one of my classic WoW was one of the like my more favorite MMO experiences because I've had a lot of shitty ones.
oh man, like I don't think they'll ever recapture that. Even like again, if they tried to do a Classic Plus, it's like again, I think a lot of the people that would be a part of that community are just gone. Like the people that made that game, like you're just gonna be. What I'm trying to say is like a lot of the people you'd be stuck with playing in like what Classic Plus at this point would be deranged fucking troglodytes that you don't want to deal with in a game that's trying to force more community aspects than like retail. Retail WoW is very easy to just like zone out and do your own thing as a solo gamer. Classic WoW
Oh, I know
can't
about
do
that.
that. Yeah, like you can't do that. So it's like,
Well, you can if you play Warlock.
kind of, but like at least like dungeons and stuff, you can't. Like,
No. Well, I mean, like, you could probably say the same for some aspects. Like, RuneScape does a really good job of, like, you could solo most of the content. You don't have
Yeah.
to be that sweaty. Like, they do a good enough job where there's, like, if whether you're, like, I'll fucking die on this hill. I keep saying the same shit over and over and over again about old school RuneScape. But it's like, there's so many avenues of how to play that game. Like, there's so many, like, it could pique so many interests. That's just like I honestly think it's one of the most perfect MMOs. And every day that passes where you haven't logged in for your first day makes me sad.
Dan
inside.
Goblino will return for Doomsday.
What do you mean will return? You have to actually show up once.
Yeah, he signed in one time. I signed into Dan Goblino one time.
I'm gonna.
They probably deleted my character at this point, but you know, I'll bring Dan Goblino back.
You bring
He
him.
will return.
I've never seen him log in.
I sent you a
That's gonna-
screenshot of Dan Gob. That's where like
Your
you start being
username,
like
who the
Dan
fuck-
Goblino.
You sent me a screenshot of your username. Like that's supposed to mean I need to see this guy in Lumbridge. Like
That I wouldn't just make a username and not sign in, dude. Like,
you know how
I signed in for, like,
iconic
10
that's
minutes.
gonna be the first day. Iconic. I make it
You
sound like it's
shan't-
gonna be
I'm-
like the greatest thing to ever happen to gaming, but like iconic for me to watch you play RuneScape, those RuneScape.
Dude, I'm gonna sign in and just immediately play Shanty 2 and then just sign off.
They got the sailing like I remember
Exactly.
the sailing update. They did like a revamped version of the song as well. There's like sea shanties in it.
So actually, so then there was like me and my brother talked about a bunch of stuff about gaming, but there was another question that he asked me that just kind of, it might be kind of stupid, I don't know, but it also just kind of made me think. Where he was like, do you think how many kids, like, so let's say again, like
How many 90s
developers,
kids?
no, like how many developers, like let's say developers that are around 25 to 19 years old, getting into the industry. How many of them do you think ever got on a bike with like 5 or 6 of their friends and like rode around on their bikes for a day doing random shit?
I don't know.
Like I said,
Like sometimes we give them like too much credit. Sometimes we give them too less credit. Like, I'm sure they probably did bike. Like they're not completely like probably not as much as our generation, but like I don't think they're completely like never touched a bicycle. What is
no,
it? What
like
is this?
no, I'm not trying to say they like never like touched a bike or like went outside. I'm just saying like I don't know about you. I had like a lot of times with like friends back in the day where we rode around on bikes for like 4 hours to like go to like almost like other towns to like just go fuck around. It's like I don't know if like any newer developers have ever done anything like that. Well, probably they have. I'm sure they probably have. It's just it doesn't feel like any of them have. Like it doesn't feel like a new developer has come up with an adventure game since Uncharted. Like I don't know why like adventure and shit like that just seems like fucking gone. all these developers are trying to make like realistic games now. It's fucked, man. I don't get it. They're all trying to be Neil Druckmann, or they are Neil Druckmann, and they make shitty fucking stories.
The young generation doesn't know how good shit was.
Right, like.
That's all they
Actually, oh yeah, when I was like talking to some of the younger guys at my work about just like, yeah, like this was just like a common thing that was in gaming back then. They'd be like, wait, what? Like, I don't remember being able to do this or that. And it's like, yeah, because that's like not a thing anymore, sadly. I'm playing so bad.
It's like, they're obviously not going to care or know if they're getting robbed. So they're just going to accept what they're given. And it's going to perpetuate even more and more. Like, the cycle's just going to continue. And eventually, like, if the corporations had it their way, by, like, the next 2 decades or so, you'd be paying them to give them... You'd be paying them to work for them.
$100 to get GTA 6. Like, but it's Rockstar. Rockstar hasn't made a bad game, man. Like, do you know how many developers I've grown up seeing? Like, oh, these guys have literally never made a bad game, and then they make a bad game, and it's like, wait, what?
There's like a lot
Blizzard,
of shitty games, or like games that are just like
Blizzard, Rareware, Valve to an extent.
So it's finally on the
No, like, no, I'll agree that Artifact was a bad game. They've like come back with Deadlock, which is why I'm saying Valve to an extent. But
Deadlock isn't as good as Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals has more Gooner content.
True.
I guess you can mod both.
But no, I don't know. Graves, dude, you just wait. Like Celeste, Graves, McGinnis.
Gavin McGinnis?
Gavin McKenna?
Future of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Toronto Maple Leaf, Stanley
Alumni?
Cup MVP.
Future Hall of Famer Leaf alumni.
Future Stanley Cup MVP and our Ross winner.
Notice how those can be mutually exclusive from him being a Leaf.
Toronto Maple Leaf MVP.
Mitch Marner's snubbed MVP.
Mitch Marner sucks fucking dick.
Mitch Marner was Vegas legend.
Fucking Jimmy Garoppolo is a Vegas legend too.
For banging hookers.
What a Chad.
Bro. There's something that was so like admirable of just like being unabashedly
just like that fucking sort of guy, like not even, yeah, just fuck it, I'm Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm gonna go to Vegas and just bang strippers.
Why wouldn't I? Like,
hey, they all think I'm a good looking guy, why would, yeah, like why wouldn't I? I don't know, Jimmy, because they're all Vegas strippers.
Yeah,
like,
it's just because you're literally, I don't know, Jimmy, because you're literally starting QB of the fucking Las Vegas Raiders. Like,
there are a couple reasons I could come up with, Jimmy, but you know, you do you, dude.
like,
You live your life.
Your name is kind of like pretty big in the public space for sports. Like, what are you talking about?
Dude, oh, who is that Chicago's Bear? Chicago Bears. Jesus, I'm fucking.
Who's Chicago's Bear? That's the question.
That
Brown
like,
Bear, maybe?
I think he was a Chicago Bears QB. That like he has that. He's just like got the funny clips of like
Oh my God.
some like interviewer asked like, oh, if you were like weren't in the QB in the NFL as a QB, what would you be doing? He was like, I don't know, probably like working construction, ripping cigs with the boys. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea.
Okay,
I'm not really into NFL, and if I was, it wouldn't be the Chicago fucking Bears.
No, like either. Dude, you don't like the Chicago Bears guy painting his nail?
Oh yeah, it's my favorite. It's such a like, especially when you want to defend your generation or the younger generation. It's like to the boomer, it's no, like we're fine. And then you hear shit like that, and you're like, okay, well, how do I defend them? Maybe you are right. Maybe everybody's sick.
And then he has a good season, and you're just like,
You almost
I hate these guys.
Rooting against them if you won with you, bro. It's like you grew up in an era where it's like, if a man's wearing nail polish, he should be a terrible QB. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? No, I'd be one of the best streamers. Did he get his ass beat? He came back to the UFC, right?
Who?
McGregor.
Dude, got his ass beat. His fucking knee imploded.
Did it actually?
On in the first 10 seconds. Fucking idiot. He tried to do like a spinning jump kick. Just embarrassed himself.
You sound like a man who had money on McGregor.
No, I sound like a fucking Irishman who had to watch this fucking guy embarrass.
Do they really give a shit about it? I guess like the real Irish, like the real like Dublin fucking Irishmen, dude. But like the like Irish descendants that live in other countries, do they give a shit about it?
All Irish people give a shit about Irish people.
Well, I guess especially for fighters, they hold them in higher regard. Has there ever been, especially for UFC, like boxing maybe, but for UFC, been a comeback where a guy's been out for like how many
5
years?
years or whatever it was?
Yeah, have they, like, even like Ronda Rousey, like has any of them ever come back and not just gotten completely embarrassed? You have to be, you have to be in your peak. At like 5 years removed, you were so, like, I can't think of any other sport that you'd be shafted that hard of like not being in the game for that long.
Yeah. No, like, bro,
All right,
let's get, I'm trying to think, like, dude, let's just get Mike Modano into the NHL, see how he does, like, actually, that's more than 5 years, but still, like,
Well, it's like 10.
no, yeah, no, that's like, actually, yeah, it is like 10.
Tom Brady
See, it's
could
weird,
probably
like,
still go to, like,
actually, yeah, that's
McGregor.
actually, that's a good one. Tom Brady, let's get Tom Brady back in the NFL. It's like, could he do good in the NFL? Probably. Would he do as good as he used to? Probably not.
Fucking priest right there.
Then you have LeBron James being a fucking huge bitch.
LeBron James. He's going back to Miami, I think. You see
He
how
doesn't.
you see how that leaked? Somebody on like the Miami Heat like YouTube page like scheduled a stream for like a press conference with LeBron. And I guess he wasn't supposed to. And it was up for like 12 hours.
It was so funny to me when people started saying like LeBron James is not gonna sign until after the World Cup, and a good amount of people were like, "There's no way, this fucking guy would be like that much of a like sort of." Oh fuck! I just walked, kill me. Like a bunch of people are like, "There's no way this guy would be that much of like a drama queen type guy that he would like wait that long." Because at this point, it was like during the knockout, not even the knockout stage. It was the group stage of the World Cup. People are like, "There's no fucking way he's gonna wait that long." to sign for free agency. Like, this guy's 40 or whatever. Like, it's LeBron James. He's not like 25-year-old LeBron James or whatever. This guy's 40. And then seeing like more and more, like the further it got until it's like, bro, there's like 2 games left in the World Cup. When it was like France and England for the bronze medal and then Argentina, Spain for the gold or whatever, it's like, this guy's really gonna wait until the end of the fucking World Cup to sign his free agency deal.
You lost me at like LeBron is not a drama group.
Oh no, it's just, it's funny seeing like people that didn't think he was being like, no, like he wouldn't do that. That's like, that's crazy for like a 40-year-old guy to do. And it's like, this guy's been doing this shit his entire fucking career. What are you talking about? The decision itself, the first time, was like the most drama queen bullshit I've ever seen. You guys think he wouldn't do this as a 40-year-old? You guys are fucked. And then, like, it got to a point where it's like, he's clearly gonna wait until after the World Cup, and those people were like, oh, I didn't think he would wait that long. It's like, you guys are fucking absurd.
Right, put lead. I don't know where backpack is now. So lost. This game makes you so frustrated. I have no idea what to do anymore. Guess I just got to pivot again for that 90 thing. Felt like I kind of needed that backpack, so. Right, easy. Oh, you know how badly I wanted them to make an alternative to that jungle map? This was so frustrating not to be able to climb it effectively. And then their solution was to come up with this one. It's like even worse. Like, oh, you didn't like the rain effect? How about a strong gust of wind every 2 seconds? And they're like, oh, you don't like steep, unclimbable mountain sides? What if we just introduce like 50 other different miasma cloud hazards and like a beetle that could just charge into you and knock you off? I'm trying to say this game sucked. I haven't run a single ad on Twitch. I gotta make my 7 cents, dude.
Yeah, keep refreshing my stream so that you can get more ads.
You see how like Ascent like ass backwards that whole like ad thing is for like new affiliates?
Right? Like,
How am I supposed to grow a channel if now I'm like, I'd argue I'm at a more disadvantage than I was when I was not affiliate. Now this is rewarding me.
now people know that you're a real channel.
Yeah, and they can know it now if I'm 1 minute ad every 20 minutes. So, I still haven't decided if we want to do, for the podcast, have the other person play the game. I guess it's kind of like the whole point, right? But it's also like
well,
having the other person find time to do that. It's also a thing.
that will also, like, do we want, I mean, I don't know, I feel like some of the games we'll probably want to talk about. Chance it'll be like games that both of us have played and we just kind of want to share with other people. I don't know. We'll see what we're doing.
Oh, it was like the share with like you and the audience, I think. What the fuck is
Yeah,
going on?
well, I mean, there's stuff I want to share with you, but then I'm also sure there might like
Sir, both, I think.
like this Return of the King game. Like, I would definitely be like, hey, if anyone's never played this game and you like the movie, go play this fucking game right now.
They both suck.
The Two Towers is actually a bit. I would
Too
give the Two
difficult.
Towers like a.
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
It's got a little bit too much towers. There was just a single tower.
This fucking game just caused a rock slide on me. Terrible Hillary. She sent the mountain to collapse on me and kill me.
Oh, my arms are
Just
falling
brutal
down.
bitch. Yeah, but like I don't know. There
Nothing
might
on
be
there.
one. There might be a game where you might be like, oh, okay, I got a game for you, and you drop a game, and I might be like, oh, I played that. Like, I played that game back in the day.
Every so
Or
often,
same.
I glance at like the second screen, and I'm like, oh, a new concurrent viewer, and then all I hear is a brutal bitch. This Hillary's a little bitch, and then the
This
viewer just
brutal-
immediately drops down again. Just imagine that like
Evil
someone's
Hillary.
first impression, like, oh, let's watch a peak stream. Hey, Hillary, this little bitch. I'm like, all right, so much for that peak stream. How am I supposed to do this? There's no way.
Brutal Bill and his wife, Horrible Hillary. They came after me. They tried to stop me. I was climbing the mountain. I was getting to the top of the peak. They said, we don't like that. We don't want you to get there. We're going to stop it.
A lot of people are
They
saying
sent a fog.
this biome not the greatest.
They sent some fog. They sent the fog after me. It was horrible fog. We don't like it. There's minorities in the fog. They're going to get me.
I just thank God my demographic is like 18 to 40. It's just, I really hope that someone coming to the stream actually understands the humor and just immediately get turned off by hearing a guy go, there's a lot of immigrants. They're coming out of the fog. This peak game.
There's a baby shark. It's in the fog. Doot 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 doot. It's going to get me. I don't like the baby shark. It's a horrible creature.
Just like the idea of like Trump treating the game peak like it's it's like it's some like propaganda machine for immigration.
Down there is a bunch of immigrants trying to pull us down, pull the American people down. They're
We see a
taking
lot of suitcases lit across the map. It's
A
these
lot of
immigrants trying to get across the border.
I gotta loot them so that they can't take this illegal loot across the border into America. Beautiful place.
We had to
beautiful
shoot down the
place.
plane. It was a drug plane. I mean, let's face it.
We know those narcos. They're doing a lot of illegal trafficking. We don't like it. We don't like it. So we're here to stop it.
At first, I
We're
was
gonna
like,
get the luggage. We're
I
gonna
have
take
no
it.
problem with Marcos. I know a lot of Marcos. And then they said, no, Mr. President, it's with Fernand. It's narco.
We mean narcos. We don't like those. We don't like them.
I said, my best friend, his name is
They're bad
Marco.
people.
I love Marco.
And that's great. We're
I know
gonna
a
stop.
lot of people named Marco. And they're like, no, sir.
It's a wonderful thing.
I gotta freeze it up here. Oh my goodness. Do you know what this does? I just eat. Hope for the best. Got it.
I grabbed all these mushrooms. I said these mushrooms are great.
Ate
They
this
look
mushroom.
beautiful.
It knocked me out cold.
They look tasty. They look like they might help me. So I started eating them.
They do look tasty.
They didn't. They didn't help me.
That Irish.
They actually sent me to the grave. I don't recommend you eat the mushrooms. They're not very good for you.
A lot of people are saying the mushrooms.
The
I used to
fungus
play Super Mario.
are not fun, guys. They're not fun. We
said-
don't like them.
Fuck, I can't keep it. Like 40 minutes just doing a shitty trunk.
like a purposely shitty Trump.
Just like reiterating the same talking points. A lot of mushrooms. 20 minutes later. You know, a lot of people are saying the shroomberries.
A lot of people are watching me climb the mountain. It's like I'm climbing the political ladder. It's a wonderful thing.
I used to watch the Thornberries. It was a very good show, but these shroomberries, my
The
god.
wild thornberries, some of my favorites. I love Nigel. He's a wonderful character. He's a wild character.
Just knock all my gear off. Oh my god. You know,
don't
a
like
lot of
losing
people.
our gear.
A lot of people are saying I like in the live stream goes a long way. I'm not saying it. I would never self-promote, but some people are.
Some people, they want to see me get the army of the dead. I'm going to recruit the army.
As soon as I mentioned leaving a like,
you owe me.
somebody
You
left.
made a vow to me and your king. You have to honor that vow. You have to come. You have to honor it.
I
They're
guess
going to
the
come.
intro. There's
They're going to come for me.
losing viewers as we speak.
I see the viewer count. It's a wonderful viewer count. We love that viewers. They're wonderful. I said, great people. Keep watching me climb the mountain. It's a beautiful mountain. We like that.
Just for fucking birds running out of fucking steam, right?
This mountain looks a lot like.
Fucking fine, I can't take any more, please. Please, this fucking Trump.
This is my vacation home. It's a wonderful place.
A lot of people are saying the big mushrooms. I love the big mushrooms.
Bret Hart.
What the fuck? What the fuck? You know, a lot of people are saying.
I think it was your
saying,
last stream. There's somebody in your last stream. Was like asking you if you were a fan of Bret Hart.
It's my boy.
I'm a big fan. The Canadian hitman. He's a wonderful guy.
A lot of people are saying the Muncho. I was there. I saw the Muncho screw job.
It was not a screw job. Vince was a good guy. He did nothing wrong.
I believe Brett was in on it.
It was a shoot the whole time. Vince wouldn't do that to his main man. He's a great man.
Some people actually think that.
And
Some
we
people,
like him.
the conspiracy theory is that for NWO, like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall went over there to sabotage WCW. I honestly cannot fucking believe I climbed up to speak. I tried so hard yesterday, failed so many times. Today, I was just literally on autopilot, just listening to fucking Trump impressions for 20 minutes, and somehow
Dude,
recovered.
There's
It's crazy.
something about just like a really bad Trump in your ear that just makes you like, I just gotta tune this out and just
You know what? There's probably some truth to
get
that
this job done.
in terms of like, I cannot multitask when it comes to like speaking and playing game at the same time most of the time. Like especially like a game I'm supposed to concentrate in.
I can't do a Trump impression, so
There you go, see.
but
we
I
all,
still
we all have
attempt
our
it.
faults.
You can only get better if you keep trying.
I heard that once. Those exact words.
Fuck. Legolas. You suck.
That's an actor like I haven't seen
Ugh.
in like forever. It was like huge in like the 2000s, right? Like Orlando Bloom. It was not like I was in everything.
Yeah, he was a really popular guy for a while.
All the girls swooned over Orlando Bloom. He was such a good-looking guy. Oh my god.
The ladies love Orlando Bloom.
Now we're doing
Jimmy Stewart. Oh, my
I know.
favorite actor.
As soon
Orlando
as,
Bloom.
I'm not kidding. As soon as you go into a fucking impression, I lose a viewer. Hilarious. I think instantly. I just lost two.
No,
now.
oh wait. No, it was
Your
because
Jimmy
I-
Stewart
I-
literally just killed two viewers.
It was because I accidentally closed my stream.
Okay. Well, you definitely
So-
killed one. One definitely did.
Oh, it's me, Jimmy Stewart. I'm gonna knock my wife to the moon. not even the right
One
guy
of these,
or character.
one of these days, Alice. Pow. Right. Yes.
Wow. Hey, who's it? The fucking bitch.
They would Jimmy Stewart just be a domestic abuser. Yeah. Hear that moan? I'm gonna punch you right up there, yeah.
See that, Clarence? I'm gonna fucking send you to heaven, Clarence.
It's a wonderful life.
You're not even my
yeah.
wife.
It's gonna be a weird, wonderful life when you're in the hospital, yeah. It's like, what?
Bro, yeah, bro, what are you talking about?
Jimmy, please. There's gotta be
Dad,
something.
Dad! Every time a bell rings, an angel gets sent to heaven. Yeah, I know. I sent that fucker there myself. Jimmy Stewart.
Lost another
I went to
2
World War II.
I gotta do a lost viewer count with you. Another 2. As soon as you went, yeah, right in my fucking ear. Oh, we just lost 3.
I also gained a viewer, immediately started doing my Jimmy Stewart, lost my viewer.
Oh my fucking, I might as well just burn my YouTube account. My fucking viewer retention rate is like non-existent. I get motherfuckers to click, they see me for 2 seconds, I go, this guy fucking sucked, and just leave.
I don't know which one's, I don't know if the guy I'm listening to is the guy actually streaming or somebody else, but either one, they both suck.
Oh, I'm confusing the fuck out of it. Who comes in?
I was gonna say, can they even hear me? Because I know on my
Yeah,
stream,
yeah,
I don't think they can hear you.
They definitely can hear you. I'm sure. That's why I'm saying every time you do an impression, it's just weird.
Start screaming slurs.
I'm very close to it. Might as well. No one's stopping it.
Jimmy Stewart, I would never do that.
Definitely would. You know, what year was he born? He was definitely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna assume Jimmy Stewart's just a piece of shit just because he was born back in the day.
No, that's not being a piece of shit. It was just a product of your time, you know?
That's true, but also...
They say when in Rome. I'm sure, like
I feel like
50s,
Jimmy
60s.
Stewart was like
Hollywood.
friends with like Bing Crosby and stuff like that, so...
What does that have to? What does that have to do with? What? Wait, Crosby is white.
No, wait, okay, who, like...
What the fuck are you
was
talking
it, like...
about? You mean Bill Cosby?
No, not Bill. Bill Cosby from like the 80s.
No, but you're saying he was friends with Bing Crosby. Like that wouldn't make him a racist. Like what the fuck is being friends with Bing Crosby?
Who was the fucking... Like, Cab Calloway? Like, just...
Yeah, okay, but Cap Calloway's black. Bing Crosby's white.
Yeah, okay, so like, I messed up. I like...
You definitely messed up. It's like, he can be racist. He's friends with the whitest guy I know. I could think of a more white man from the 60s or 50s than fucking Bing Crosby.
Dude, he was friends with Babe Ruth. Like, you think a guy like that would be racist?
That's so funny.
Frank Sinatra?
He can't be racist.
Dean Martin?
He's friends with Bing Crosby. Oh, okay. You got me there. Checkmate. Alright, put the bones our way to success.
Wait, who's the other guy's part of the Rat Pack? It was like...
The black guy?
Frank Sinatra, Dean... Yeah, who was the...
It was the guy, it was Sammy Davis.
Sammy Davis.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking of.
Where Candyman can. Sammy. Like every like shitty like 70s comic had an impression of.
Yeah, I believe, I want to say, I don't know.
You want to say I don't know? Alright. Go ahead and say it.
I don't know.
I'm not going to censor you from saying I don't know. Do I want to know? You listen to the Arctic Monkeys. It's not good. Or you hate Arctic Monkeys so much. It seems like the first 2 albums. their favorite worst nightmare. It's not the greatest album ever. I feel like you get the bad impression of Arctic Monkeys because you might have like listened to a couple songs off AM and were like, dude, this is so like mainstream poppy garbage. To be fair, like a lot of fans kind of. There's always like a band that like has really like good non-generic radio music that like speaks to like a decent following, and then as soon as they like try to push for it's either like record label or like a producer like really pushes them to do like a commercial album, and then they actually do like get like the monochromes of success like radio play, but like a lot of the older fans just like, what the hell's garbage, this album sucks ass, and then they either like go back to essentially obscurity by making another like going back and making an album for like the older fans, or just trying to capitalize and chain another album that's popular. So like further alienating the older fans. Sold out, man. It's good commentary. It's very insightful. I like the part where you said you yawning almost sounds like Jimmy Carr laughing. So just absolutely chow down on these things. This is supposed to look like a double stuffed Oreo, or like an Oreo cakester. You think of them more like North American diabetes concoction.
But they're good.
Oreo cakesters. Like holy shit. I really just want to go on like obviously can't afford it, especially living in the shitty country we do, but I really want to just go on like a natural food diet just for like a month just to see like the health effects. I'm so tired of this processed diabetes shitty diet that we have. I'm like forced to pretty much abide by it. Some people don't understand that. It's not even just I guess like Americans too, they get a lot of gut for being overweight and fat. It's almost like not for a lack of it's like you're trapped in poverty. You're trapped in this fucking cycle that you almost never get out of, and like eating shitty food is just one of many of like I guess like, side effects or that's going to happen. So it's really like I guess what I'm trying to say is I think we poke fun like Americans, or at least North Americans, for being overweight because we think it's like I guess it's a kind of a choice, but like we think it's out of like greed or like selfish reasons. Like we blame the person and not like the system that essentially forces this horrific diet upon people just because it's affordable. Does that make any sense?
Kind of goes both ways a little bit. I know what you're saying, but also I do think there is an element of like the choice. Like they do make choices where it's like okay, like I don't know how food stamps and shit like that, but I will say when I'm at the grocery store buying food for myself, I can see that like I think like a box of Oreo cakesters is more money than typically like some, depending on what I'm getting, like, or like if I go and buy like some fruit or whatever, like I can buy fruit, like a lot more fruit for the amount of money that I would spend on that box of Oreo cakesters. type
I
thing.
don't know. Depending on where you're.
Or again, like yes, again, it depends on what I'm getting and like where I'm at. But like, oftentimes, I can find at least some fruit or like some healthier alternative.
It's gonna
that
cost you
is
more.
available.
That's the problem.
No,
It's like
no,
they
like
market
that,
the
no,
shittier food. At, like, a
no. What I'm
lower
saying
cost.
is, no. What I'm saying is like I can find shit like a thing of like 3 bananas, where it's like this is about the same price or a bit cheaper than a box of Oreo Cakesters,
Yeah.
and it's like, yay. Again, I do think there is an element. I agree with you. I do think like they push that shitty over process.
It's way more like you're more likely to see shitty like Oreo cakes or go on sale for like $1 than like bananas to even get like a small discount.
But
There's an incentive
again, like,
to push like the shittier food for a cheaper
see,
price.
well, see again, that's where I think like part of this is like you're getting taken advantage because you're fucking stupid more than anything.
My argument is you take advantage of because you're fucking poor.
No, like again, dude, it's like if they're saying like, oh, hey, the Oreo Cakesters box, which normally $5, is on sale for $2.50, and it's like, okay, but you could still go get a couple bananas for like $3. It's like, yeah, but the Oreo Cakesters are on sale. It's like, okay, well then you're just a fucking idiot. Like,
I think there's better examples out there. What I'm saying is like, as a whole, it's way cheaper to be like frozen dinners. It's not even just like the diabetes type like snack items. It's as a whole, it's way like it's funny. Like you basically pay more for more ingredients. Like, you get all these additives, all this bullshit preservatives, and like frozen dinners and shit. Like all that stuff is way cheaper than actually just buying fresh foods. And obviously, like, you want fresh food. But it's like we're getting to a point where you're so priced out that you have like almost no choice but to kind of be eating shitty. You're getting shittier cuts of meat. You're getting frozen foods as opposed to fresh. You're getting like snacks or a lot of things that have way more additives than they probably should. Even like the quote-unquote healthy items like produce and stuff, God knows what kind of shit they're spraying it with. Like, I'm just saying,
okay,
I want to get out of the bubble.
That's
like
one
North
thing
America.
I can agree with. I can agree with like the whole produce having like shit sprayed on it, and like we don't. But
even like, dude, your meat, like the genetic, like the hormones that they get some of the shit.
I don't know like how much grocery like. I can easily find a lot of healthier alternatives for like the shitty poverty snacks, like pretty commonly. So like, I think it's more so just stupid people.
But you're also just
like
buying for
I think
yourself.
the general amount
I'm talking
of
about
like
families, like a mother trying to buy for a family of 3.
yeah, no, dude, like
you're able to stretch your dollar a lot farther just for you. But I'm saying like for somebody who's trying to stretch it for a family of 3, it's a lot more difficult. Like you
yeah, but again, that
probably don't
like,
have like a second
you're
thought of
fucking,
like splurging an extra dollar here and there. But when you're
but
budgeting
it's
out,
also like why are you having like why do you have a family of 3 if you don't have the money to support a family of 2? Like what the fuck are you doing?
because the cost of living is going up in the next like.
So then why are they having more fucking family like again like the amount of people in poverty that it's like you're doing this to yourself. So like I don't really feel bad too much for you guys because it's like
we're just arguing like 2 separate sides of the coin. Like obviously there's a mixture.
I don't
like,
think we are. I'm saying like a lot of the people in poverty are just like I'm gonna buy the shitty food because like it's
I'm saying
on sale and it's like
you're trapped in this fucking cycle and like the government
I don't think they
or like the corporations do nothing to fucking help you.
I don't think they are. I think they just assume they're stuck in a loop and they just make no effort to get out of it. And it's like, all right, well,
this is a bit of a surprising take for me. I think. For me, I thought for sure you.
Dude, the amount of people like stuck in poverty that's like, why? Like, what skills do you have to get out of it? And they're like,
no, I understand that, but I'm saying like the cost of living. Like,
yeah,
even people who are working good jobs.
No, again, but yes, like the cost of living is shit, but also it's like. I'm in poverty and I have 4 kids to support, and it's like, why are you having kids if you were in poverty when you had 2 kids? Why did you have 2 more? And they're like, because and they're just, it's like, yeah, you're fucking
The
doing
economy
this to
and
yourself, man.
circumstances can change pretty quickly, even from like 5 to 10 years. So like, even if they had a child like 10 years ago where it was like a lot easier, like you've seen this country just go to shit in 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't think the argument is as fair as you think it is. Where it's like, yeah, I get it. Like you shouldn't be. I'm not arguing like a family of 5, like why you crying. But like if you're gonna have a family of 1 or 2, 10 years ago, you're like, okay, this seems feasible. And now the 10 years going, oh fuck, things are really bad.
Yeah. Okay, but again, like when we're talking, it's like the cost of rent, the cost of like bills and stuff. That's one thing. But when people are like, the cost of food is shit, and it's like, okay, well, what food are you buying? They're like, I'm buying like, again, like over-processed shitty food, and it's like, yeah, you're spending more money on shittier food that's not good for you. Like, why are you doing that? And they're like, well, that's what my parents did, and it's like, okay, like maybe don't do what your parents who
I don't think
like
that's
were in poverty
that
did. Like that.
I'd argue people ate better back then. Like I don't know
like
how
yeah,
much I
sure.
agree with
Like the like products were probably better made back then, but again, what I'm
Cheaper
saying
too.
is like, okay, but again, a lot of these people are like, look, I just get these like shitty, over-processed products, and it's like, why don't you go get something healthier? Because again, I shop for my own food. I see what the price of a lot of stuff is. It's like you can go get some healthy fruits and like vegetables for a cheaper price than a lot of snacks, and they're like, but those don't taste as good. And it's like, okay, well then have fun being in fucking poverty for the rest of your life because you want to spend your money on the dumbest shit. And then
you're coming
like,
at it from, which I understand, like just like a single income like person.
no, I'm coming at it from the fact that a lot of people in poverty are fucking idiots.
But
Like
we're
they're not in
arguing that.
poverty
I'm
because
arguing
they're
that,
not
like,
in poverty because like the price of stuff is too high or whatever. They're in poverty because they don't know how to spend their money.
Again, like I don't doubt that. What I'm saying is, like, I think the perception of those who are in poverty are mostly idiots. I think there's a lot more people, especially now, that it's like, I know some really like smart people who aren't like poor or like living beyond their means or really getting stretched out because they're stupid. They work a shitty job. I see like the middle class is actually like, just getting stretched the fuck out. And to sit there and go, oh, you don't know how to spend or you're poor. It's like, okay, I'm sure there's like, there's a lot of truth to that for like some people, but I don't think it's as common as maybe I think you're putting on.
Well,
it's
again, the middle class is in
either.
poverty though. Like, what are you talking about?
I think your middle class is getting, you're getting stretched out now. Like the middle class is almost non-existent at this point.
Okay, but like that's a different discussion. Like I'm talking about the people in poverty that are like, yeah, woe is me. Like the world gets me into poverty, and it's like, no, the world doesn't. Like you are bad. Like I'm talking about the people who are like, oh, my family has been in poverty for the last like 70 years, and it's like, okay, if your family has been in poverty that long, probably because you have a family that's like a bunch of fuck ups that don't understand how to spend their money, save their money, and everything to get out of poverty.
I get that. That's not really what I was speaking to. I was more so speaking to the middle class who is now closer to the bottom end than they are the top, and it's like I'm saying like the government and the corporations are they're making this like a lot more difficult to get out of that, and like the cycle is just going to keep perpetuating itself. Like what I'm saying is, if you believe in conspiracy, you believe in a higher, someone pulling the strings. They're doing a really good job of pretty much cattling you and forcing you into buying these shitty foods and being like, if you believe that like these shittier foods make
they're
you
forcing
slower,
I
dumber,
fully agree. They're
it's like
forcing
cattle.
us into. Fully agree. They're forcing us into buying worse and worse products overall.
They're treating you like
trying,
cattle, and they're giving you shitty food.
Yeah, and trying to convince us that like, hey, like be happy with what you got type thing. I fully agree with that, and I don't like that. But like, I'm just saying, like, I do think they're like my issue with like a lot of the people that were in poverty, like let's say in the last, like people getting into the poverty level in the last 5 to 10 years, I do feel, or like people that have been in the poverty level or are getting there in the last 5 to 10 years, I do feel like there's a good amount of people who are like, you are like in that level again, probably because you are in a family that just didn't do a good job of like understanding how to get out of that level, and like I feel bad for you to an extent, but also like that's,
I'm saying the government is doing them.
Yeah,
the government and corporations.
I was gonna say
making
that like
situation worse.
No, so I was gonna say, then there's the other, like I would say there's like 5 to 10% of people, and it's probably gonna keep growing for an extent, like for a while, sadly, where there's people who are like, oh, you are actually getting fucked over by the way like the current things are happening, like things are going, and like you don't technically deserve to be in poverty, but because our country, like you said, is being run by a bunch of fucking idiots who are running it into the ground right now, and the economy is going to shit because of them. Like you are dropping into that poverty level, and those are the people that I do really feel bad for, and I hope that they can get out of it. I'm just saying, like
Just poverty level. I'm feeling more and more sorry for them. I see like the struggle my mother has to balance a fucking budget more so than ever, and just a house full of 3. Imagine if I had fucking siblings.
Oh yeah, no, like there's 100% like certain people where it's like you are getting fucked over by the way this country is running itself, and like you don't deserve to, like,
especially the taxes we pay.
yeah, like that's the thing. It's like, where the fuck I'm paying taxes, all these taxes, and I feel like nothing is getting resolved with them. Fuck you.
And even if you're doing well to survive, is that good enough? You want to get ahead, and it's like you can't get ahead in this fucking country.
Yes, that's
2
the thing.
incomes in the fucking household, and we're still out here like fucking.
Dude, it's so fucking annoying that like women,
Just go, stop there.
Yeah. Like they can say like, no, we didn't. Women fucking ruined all this shit by being like, we want our own jobs, we want our own income or whatever. And the second companies heard them say that, they were like, we can raise everything's prices to be 2-income household, like to be paid by a 2-income household.
At the risk of sounding misogynistic, they are the most, compared to the two.
They've literally ruined everything.
The 2 genders, they are the easiest manipulated bunch.
Dude, they got played so hard, and
feminism was used as a tool to convince these people to
so like to go back to
pay taxes, to give them more money and just forfeit. Like,
yeah. So like just to quickly kind of go back to the thing we were talking about, where it's like since that started happening, those are the sort of people where like anyone that's kind of gotten dragged into that poverty level since like the 90s, 2000s, I do kind of feel bad for you, because there's a good chance that like you got pulled down there because a bunch of people forced all these companies to start making everything 2-income like priced, and if you don't have 2 incomes that can like keep up with that, you're fucked. Like you get pulled down into the poverty, you're fucked. But there was a certain point from like, let's say 20s to like the 70s, I would say, where it's like if your family is like in that poverty line and like you're not getting out of it, it's probably because your family is pretty fucking dumb when it comes to managing their money and managing their assets and everything. Like easy, like I know I don't, it's like easy for me to say from like the outside looking in type thing, but I'm just saying like there are so many things where it's like, bro, I don't understand how you couldn't start to like get a bit of a fucking jump start like back in the 50s, 60s, when like it seemed like you could just, from what I'm hearing, like people could just walk into a random fucking building essentially and be like, I want a job, and they're like, all right, here's your career for the rest of your fucking life, buddy. It's like, how the fuck did you struggle to like succeed in that era? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, oh, I don't know, I just kept buying all this stuff. putting money on these things and stuff. And it's like, oh, so you're a fucking idiot. Okay. Like, you kind of deserve to be where you're at. And, like, I kind of feel bad for your kids, but also, like, why would you have kids if you were in this, like, that's where I'm trying, like, when I say, like, the people in poverty, that I'm like, I don't feel bad for you. It's like the people who are, like,
I don't know how many of those examples of, like, poverty, though, are, like, as much as it used to be. I'm thinking more and more people who are, like, lower middle class now are, like, bumping up against that. So I have more sympathy in that regard. And it's like, even if you're like even if you're just straight middle class, and the cost of living, everything going up, it's like, even if a middle class or low middle class struggles to even get ahead, and they're just like breaking even in terms of like living within their means, imagine how much more difficult that is now for the lower class, and especially for those who are in poverty. Like there's like almost no avenue of escape. Like that cycle is just gonna, and they're doing it. I think it's purposeful to keep you in that cycle.
Kinda. I definitely think that an extent to that, but also, if I were like, how many people around like your age or like maybe even a bit younger that you know of, would you say, like, if you like were like hiring for a job, how many people around like your age or younger would you be like, this person would be a great person to hire? Like, the amount of times I've come across like younger people and like dealing with them when it comes to work, it's like, again, like people, like kids that are like younger people that are struggling with money and stuff like that, and I start asking them to work or whatever, and they start giving me attitude about the job I'm asking them to do, and it's like, dude, you are struggling for money. I'm offering you a job to do for money, and you want to sit there and be like, I don't want to do that job. Like, fuck you. What, like, yeah, I'm gonna go hire some fucking older guy. Fuck
the irony
you.
is, like, they're the only ones that benefit from the minimum wage increase, and yet, like, they're so miserable and they don't want to work, and everyone else has to suffer for that minimum wage going up because then the cost of living and everything goes up.
Yeah, dude. It, like,
if there was like a wage bump for everybody, and then I could kind of see like the fucking it make more sense. But you're giving these guys more money already. Like, their work ethic is so poor, and they don't want to work to begin with. So you're rewarding them and then fucking up us, everybody else, just so you can say your minimum wage is higher.
So yeah, like, I do agree that like the higher ups running all the companies, running all the shit, like paying all the checks, like all the trickle down money, all that shit sort of shit. I agree that they're like doing a great job at making this the most miserable, like
they're doing a great job lining their fucking pockets.
Yeah, doing that and making it like the most defeating, like hard, like, it's just,
this government isn't even just giving them a free pass. They're walking hand in hand to put their hand in your pocket.
Yeah, like I definitely do agree to an extent with that, but also I think, like, again, like, I don't know, like, I don't know. It's just, I do feel like there is an element of like, okay, like, you guys aren't doing yourselves any fucking favor, because like, yeah, these guys are like fucking us over, but then like you said, like, you guys will like, I'll be like, all right, I'll give you money, I'll like I'll hire you for a job, and they're like, this job's too fucking, like, this job's a fucking pain in the ass for me to do. I don't want to do this for this amount of money. And it's like, bro, I was getting paid way fucking less. And like, sure, the amount of like cost of living versus what I was getting paid to like work, roughly the same, maybe a little bit, but like, still, you gotta fucking start somewhere, guy. And like,
I think social media has done such a fucking job on this generation to believe that these guys go out of their way, even like to do even more work that they don't even realize, to avoid a 9-to-5 fucking job.
Yeah,
these people
and
rather
like,
scalp items and fucking wait in line to sell Pokemon cards to make like a fraction of what they would have made if they just did a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah,
this
like,
generation is so allergic to fucking physical labor. It's insane.
Dude, it's fucked. Like, these guys are doing so much work to try not do work, and it's like, man,
they work themselves into a shoe.
They work themselves into like actual like insanity. They start getting like all depressed and shit because they're like, oh, I'm doing all this work and I'm not getting like the returns I think I should. And it's like, bro, just go get a fucking normal 9 to 5. Like, just go work a construction job. You know, like, but like a construction job would be like really hard and taxing or whatever. And it's like,
no shit.
yeah, man.
They also pay you like it is hard.
Yeah, and it's also like work. This is the biggest thing for me when when I see like younger people. This is kind of what I was like trying to get to when like we were talking about like poverty, like the people in like poverty that I was like, these people like aren't doing themselves any favors to get out of it. It's like, man, you'll sit there and be like, I don't want to go work a construction job. That's way too hard and time taxing. It's gonna like break my body. So you know what? I'm gonna go become a scalper or whatever. And it's like, dude, you are doing so much work. You are spending the money that you do have
and you're
on
literally
something that
doing nothing for the benefit of society or like, the economy.
Yeah, like you aren't getting any sort of skills or anything. Like, I know it's very easy to say, but like, just go get some general fucking skill. Like anything. Like just woodworking.
They're dying.
Welding.
Trades, they're absolutely dying.
Yeah, any trade skill, and like the amount. I think I kind of alluded to it a little bit with you, where it's like you have these kids going to school to become accountants, and it's like, my dude, you can hire an accountant at like age 25 and have them work for 60 fucking years for you, depending on like the company you're working at. So that means when it comes to accounting, the amount of job openings coming up compared to the amount of people going to school for accounting, the ratio to that is fucking insane. And like they don't think about that. Like
think about like not even just like the useless like social art degrees or whatever the fuck they do, but like the amount of people who just like equate like, oh, if I go to school, if I pay these student loans, if I go here, I get a diploma, I'm guaranteed a job, and not realizing how many other fucking people have that thought. You guys all come in, you get your diploma, and now you're one of 1,000 fucking resumes that have the exact same credentials as everybody else.
Trying to get one of 100 jobs.
Yeah.
Good luck, man. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like these guys are like, because yeah, again, even the guys who are like, I'm not going to go to school for some fucking liberal arts degree or whatever. That's obviously a stupid degree. I'm going to go for engineering or accounting. And it's like, cool. It's a really good thing. Like, you're going to become very smart. But like I just said, you are one of the 1,000, 2,000 guys who just graduated this year with that degree. You have 1,000 to 2,000 guys graduating every year. Maybe 500, whatever. But again, every year you might have 100 openings in that position open. Like, you guys are, and like, guess what, dude? If you don't get one of those 100 openings in like the first 5 years, like how many companies do you think are gonna sit there and be like, I want to hire this 30-year-old engineer who's has no experience or whatever, hasn't had a job, like he's just been working at like Home Depot for the last 5 years, versus like the guy who just came out of college. It's like, you just got a degree that is going to, like, it's so hard for you to get the job that like got your degree for, and like a trade school, like again, tough job, it's tough working, I get it, but like they're always looking for trade workers, man. You can almost guarantee if you go to a fucking construction site being like, I'm a welder, I'm a plumber, I'm a wood layer, like all that sort of stuff, they'll be like, great, we need you. Like, it's just, I don't want to, again, be that guy that was like, oh, fucking these kids, it's like, have no work ethic. They just don't want to work like we did back in the day. But
they're convinced, and it's ironic because it's coming from a guy who's trying to stream, but like, they're convinced that being a social media influencer is a viable career, and so in that regards, like, why stoop myself to work a shitty like 9 to 5 like entry level job when
why
they're getting sold like this dream that like would never really happen to the majority of them.
Yeah, it's like, oh, why would I have like a fallback plan or anything? Like, this is gonna work.
You know what fucking like absolutely just blew my mind? Because I guess like they had the whatever the fuck was. I find it cringe, but those like
That Streamer University.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So like Rav sent me that like a video and he just gave me a timestamp to go watch. And one of the
I think
things
I know exactly the video you're talking about.
yeah, one of the things that they had mentioned was professor, whatever the fuck his name was, had mentioned was that like if you have 20 viewers like on average on Twitch, you're like the 1%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's such a fucking low number compared to what I thought it was going to be. So then that put in perspective, that's what blew my mind was like, there are so many fucking like guys who are just streaming to like one person.
Yeah.
But that's why that number is so low. Like, I didn't realize how fucking oversaturated of just like nobody streamers there are on this fucking platform. That 20 viewers, which I thought was sizable, it was good. But to figure out that was the 1%,
Yeah.
just fucking blew my mind. I was so
But,
like disheartened. I was like, holy shit, like, I feel
Dude,
bad
I'm
for all
assu-
those guys.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was like the same sort of clip or whatever, where it's a guy talking about like, yeah, I'm a guy who streams to like a couple, like 1,000 viewers, let's say, or whatever, and I do all these events. Like, here's the amount of money I make, like, generally every month. And then he starts going down like all the different streamers, and he's like, you guys don't seem to understand. I'm literally like in, like he's again like the top one.
He's like the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, like the 0.001% type top of the level.
Like, what would
He's
you
like,
have thought the percentages would work out? Like, from like 5 viewers to 10 live viewers. What would you think that percentage was? Of, like the entire platform, like 10%, 20% of the platform.
Well, like the one thing that like stood out to me is he was like, well, so like let's say like you're a guy who pulls in like, I think it was like, let's say throughout like a whole month like 100 viewers or whatever, but like you have a couple.
How about that? That was the
sponsorships.
1%, 100 viewers
Yeah.
plus.
Dude,
Not
like
20.
I'll try to find the clip. All I know is like he ended it by being like, you guys don't seem to understand. Like how you all think you might be in whatever percent. How many people do you think streamed in the last month alone? And it was something like 6 million. Like the number was just like, wait, what? And it's like, yeah, this is just the amount of people that just went live. Again, like could have been live for 10 minutes, could have been live for 24 hours, could have been live for like 50 hours throughout the week. This is how many people went live throughout like the month, and it was something like 6 million or something like that. And it's like, what? Fuck.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
And yeah, it's like you guys don't seem to understand that like even if you have like a couple like there's so many people doing this thing that like if you actually really want to like become at the level that I'm at, it's not just something that's like, yeah, I'm just gonna like the way I'm doing it, where it's like, yeah, I'll just stream whenever I'm like got some free time home from work, whatever. Like, no big deal. Like,
It's easy. It's probably easier to work another job. You'll probably be more successful with the same amount of years working some kind of corporate gig than you would be a streamer.
like
People think it's so fucking easy. Or
I'm actually kind of like, I think this is like the way for me to do it at least. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna work my job during the summer, and then like now that I started streaming a bit, start like.
You actually have to fucking put like work and effort into this, and for years.
Yeah.
Like
Which I'm
it's
like,
not something you could like part time and expect like I would say like a modicum of success at this point. There's
Yeah,
so much
no.
competition that it's just like
yeah, like it's not lost on me that it's like, yeah, if I keep doing the streams the way I'm doing them,
there's people
like
in your
2 years,
fucking
they'll
age
be
group.
the exact same.
Yeah, there's people in your age group doing like fucking video essays on the most obscure topics. Like that's how much we fucking drew blood from the stone in like gaming videos. Where they're doing a top 10 fucking like this is shit that you would think up in your mind like, oh man, like I'm such a fucking nerd for this game that I would think of like these obscure things like, oh, like this would be like a cool video, or like this is a cool idea, or like think about this even just for yourself. Like, oh, this would be cool. Top 10 fucking places where I fucking smoke a cigarette in this game, or like some bullshit like that, and just kind of laugh it off. Now those are actual fucking videos because like we've completely.
That's how absurd fucking gaming media is becoming.
Yeah. Well, it's like because we've done it all.
Yeah. That's why, like, I do actually think the idea behind the podcast and everything is like kind of neat.
It's a fun, interesting concept, but to sit there and think that like it's like super original or it's not gonna get like buried or fall to the wayside is just kind of like at this point, man. Like we missed the boat. Like, but like we said about so many things.
Yeah, but also like I was actually thinking about kind of asking you this at one point, just being like, what would you like want your like, let's say you keep making like sort of long form content or whatever, sort of like not fan base, but like reactions. Would you want it to be the sort of thing where it's like
anything but a fucking lol count?
Yeah, okay, for sure.
I don't have the mental fortitude for a lot of negative criticism, but especially like if I ever got like lol count status, I'd be fucking horrified.
Oh, dude. If people started, like, chirping me for all the shit I would do, I would just be like, alright, I'm just not gonna do this anymore.
Legit, dude.
Like, I don't... Like, I got another job. I don't have to keep doing this, so I'm gone. But no, I was just gonna, like... I can't think of, like, a channel off the top of my head, but just... Like, if you were pulling in, like, let's say 5K views on average, like, per video, would that be the sort of thing where it's like, I'm pretty good with that?
I don't know what that equates to. Like, I'm still like new to YouTube. I don't know if 5K views is good. Probably not.
Yeah. I should say like goal, 5K in like a week. I don't know the timeline. Like, I'm not.
Well, your goal, I guess, should be like everyone else's to become like the fucking PewDiePie. Like obviously you want to set the bar as fucking high as possible, but realistically, like if within I don't know how many years, if I actually was able to make a fucking decent living just doing this, then I would say I'm fucking more than satisfied with that. Like just to get by, if I was, even if it meant like doing this full time, if I could make it a career, I probably would be really happy with that.
Yeah. So like I was gonna like, of course there's
I don't know if that equates to like 5K views per
element
video or whatnot, but
yeah. Well, I was gonna say like I would obviously assume there's an element of like, hey bro, if I could become like the new Mr. Beast or like Ninja or whatever, cool. Like, why wouldn't I want to become some fucking rich millionaire for playing video games? Like,
I'm tiering awesome. my goals. Like, I don't want to say that's the final goal, but I have like, so like, I have a goal that I want to hit 1K subs, but before that, I'd like to hit 500 so I can get that monetization goal done.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, if it was like, oh yeah, like obviously there's, but if it was like, all right, I'm happy with just being able to make enough money off of doing this that I could also like just do it as my job. It's like, all right, like, so like, almost like a Larry Bundy type thing, Cinemassacre type thing, where it's like, yeah, I can like make enough that I can do the videos I want, but also like, all right, yeah, I just wanted to kind of get a general idea of like
where you would like gauge me. Go. What would you think I was gonna say?
Well, like, if you're just like, man, like when I started
fun, like a fucking nerd.
No, if you're like, man, when I started like making like all my like shorts and like all the like misery videos or whatever, like I'm sitting here hoping that like I was gonna start getting like a couple thousand views, like I was gonna become like this, become the new PewDiePie or whatever. Yeah, overnight sensation or whatever. It's like, oh man,
you hear me bitch on a couple of streams of like not getting the success I wanted, and it's like there's a few people that just like I assume that like I'm thinking I'm gonna be Mr. Beast overnight, and I'm just kind of like,
no, I know you're not that delusional. I'm just saying,
not
like,
that delusional, not delusional in general, but just not that delusional.
Yeah, like
I guess you have to be somewhat delusional.
Yeah, like especially if you want to do something like this, like you gotta have some like
Yeah. Think about the first like ugly guy who banged a 10. Like, you have to be delusional enough to ask her.
Like, come on. But no, like I just wanted to kind of, if I guess I was saying like, if you were to just get to that point where it's like, okay, I could just support myself with this, like, is that something where you'd be like,
Yeah,
I'm
realistic.
happy with that, like.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd
Like,
be
yeah.
more than happy than that, knowing that you know, for all the shit that we give about like the younger generation not wanting to work. If you were to tell me that I could make a full-time living, just like making videos and playing games as opposed to like doing fucking literally anything else, then I'd be a lot more happier doing that. I think 'cause it's just like,
Yeah. Okay.
it's like I've been doing for fucking my whole life, just been playing games like a fucking asshole. So
Yeah. No, yeah, I just wanted to, like, I guess I was just kind of asking, like, if, let's say, 2 to 3 years from now, if you were only hovering, or, like, you were making enough, like, knock on wood, that it's like, hey, I can kind of support myself, but I'm kind of hovering around that, if you'd be like, you know what, I'm fucking done with this, I'm pissed, man, like,
fuck it, dude.
I was hoping it would get way better, or whatever. It's
Within
like,
like 3 years, if I was able to even just like almost get like part-time wage, even though I probably still have to put in like full-time work, I would figure that'd be an accomplishment, because it's like, I would imagine YouTubers like Twitch, how many fucking people upload videos or try to make it, and it's just like 1% of them actually fucking make
I'm
it.
gonna put it on your Twitch channel and just keep refreshing to get more ads.
Oh, the pre-rolls on. I haven't been rolling. I'm like doing such a bad job.
Wait,
Honestly.
do you have to like decide when you roll them?
You so there's like, you can even let it get automated, or they just do it for you, and that like,
Yeah.
I think disables pre-roll, but then like I think there's like more ads or something. Like, I'm trying to remember. Like, pre-roll ads only come in when you have this setting. So like, I like to be able to choose when I display my ads, not really have them kind of force it on you. Because I really like what Queso does, where he's like, I guess he doesn't know when it happens. Maybe he does have it on automated. It's like the chat tells him when there's an ad, and he literally just stops playing the game and waits out the ad so that everybody who got fucking hit with an ad can actually see the game. Like, that's something I wanted to take from his book, where I wanted to use ads like a way to like, all right guys, here's like a minute or a minute and a half or 2 minutes. I'm gonna grab some water, or I'm gonna take a piss, or everybody grab a drink and come back. Like, I'm very much like, fuck these ads. Especially they don't make you any money. At least, like, especially during this stage. Even like people who do make a decent amount, like, aren't doing enough ads. Ads is like a very, very, very small portion of their money. It comes from like donations, subs, all that kind of shit. Even like Patreons, people make stuff. So I don't know. The whole thing is, it's like, I want to do this for fun, but also work hard enough where I can actually make money off of it. And as soon as it becomes not fun to do, I'll probably stop doing it. Unless I was actually making like a wage out of it, like a full-time or something. These are just fucking pipe dreams. The chances of this fucking working is, I don't know. I can build something. The subscriber growth is happening. Like, again, I don't have like a barometer of the YouTube success. I don't know what to measure it to, but I would assume at least some people out there would love to have, you know, 28, 29 subs in 28, 29 days, like averaging a sub a day this early on in your channel. So like, I do see growth. Like, it is going to get bigger. I just don't know how much bigger, how quickly it is, how long it would take, and how much work I'd have to put in to get a livable wage off this shit. You still there?
Yeah.
Did you DC or something?
This is a shotgun, son. It's a fucking anti-aircraft gun, Vincent.
A livable wage, Harry. I wonder what will come quicker.
Where is it? London? London. London? London. Yes, London. Mary fucking Poppins, bad weather, worse food. London.
I wonder what will come quicker for the podcast, winter or hitting 1K sub?
Snap.
I think
The whole move.
I think regardless, as soon as I hit 1K subs, I'm releasing a podcast episode with or without you.
All right.
I gotta set that goal in there because we've been putting it off way too long. If by some miracle I reach 1K subs before winter, then I'm gonna be like, let's do a podcast episode.
I got the diamond, Davi. Bubba.
Because it's like, it's almost in a way kind of good that we put it off this long. But then, like, at least we'll have a bigger platform. We'll have like more runway. We'll get more eyes on it, I think. Just in house with the sub if we're putting it on my channel. So I encourage you to get your shit going. I don't know if you want to do like YouTube stuff, but we gotta get you affiliate too, dude. We gotta.
Yeah, what do you mean? I've been streaming for like, that's me getting my shit going.
We gotta get it done soon. I'm not saying you're not streaming. I'm
know
just
how
saying
to edit my videos or whatever. I'm not doing that.
No, you don't have to. I guess you don't have to go the YouTube route, but you should get something like benefit from your end as opposed to just like the YouTube channel.
I'm gonna pay an editor to do that shit when I get around to it.
The thing is, even in my pipe dream, my daydreams of like actually getting success off this, to the point where I could afford an editor, I just know that I'm too. It's like I want control of like what is going out. I'm like too meticulous and too. I don't know how to describe it. Just I would want to edit my own stuff. If that makes sense. Like I want the final product to come from me and not just like rely on an editor to determine like this is worthy, or this is funny, or this is interesting. Even, I guess, even if it's like what the editor is doing is better than what I'm doing, I still guess there's a little bit of, call it self-confidence or narcissism to want to take like full control and reins. Like even if what I'm editing or putting out there isn't as entertaining or doesn't work compared to what an editor does, I still want to be the one who's in charge of what goes out there, if that makes any sense.
Quiet words of Virgin Mary. Come again. Yeah, no, I know it. I gotta get off. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm just gonna go. But, I think I'm gonna be out with my girlfriend tomorrow night, but I think Saturday or Sunday I should be able to play something.
Saturdays and Sundays, those are good peak days.
Yeah, one of those 2 days. I'll let you know for sure what day tomorrow.
Alright, sounds good.
Later, bud.
Take it easy, check it out. The great Niggy Jones. Alright, time to focus 100% on what I'm doing here. We have little to no items and no luggage in sight. This is gonna be tough. Just trying to evaluate the situation here. Alright, that's interesting. Ancient luggage down there. Let's talk about some food first. Hunger is the silent killer. That took 3 of those to even get any of my hunger out here. Okay, we have no bandages. Maybe luggage will help that. If we take a fortified milk, will we still get damage with ancient luggage? Oh my. We don't. What a hack. Pop the fortified milk, but we'll take frost damage for a little bit tonight. And I'm trying to figure out which would be the best way. The luggage there, but getting up there is probably near impossible based on that terrain. So I think we pivot to the right side here. Let's see. Make use of the stamina we have now before it gets decimated with the frost and hunger. This looks like the only viable option at the moment. So let's go ahead and pursue this. We're gonna need all the stamina we can for this part. Let's warm these little hands up. This ledge hopefully. And get the stamina back up for this. And that's how it's done. Very nice. We got lucky here with this terrain. Could have very easily stopgap there. Still don't see any luggage. You see many avenues to get up top. Quite a few actually. Almost to the point where I'm overwhelmed with the possibilities. I think we can cut right in the center here. Hunger is starting to set in a little bit. Don't see any food here. I don't like remember Ascent 7 being this brutal on like the hunger bar. It's actually fairly devastating. You go hungry real quick. You can eat something and then like 2 minutes in. I think it's based on like how much like, I guess climbing or stamina like, exertion. Not just time based, but it feels like every minute or two after eating the hunger bar sets in again. Feels too quick. A lot of circumstances. Alright. That's what we can do. I see some coconut trees up there. Hopefully enough stamina to actually get up there and grab a coconut. Why is the fog hasn't rised yet? I don't know enough about the game to make the claim that the fog rises at a certain level or a certain time. I feel like it's a level, but if that's the case, I'm surprised we haven't reached it yet because we're pretty high up. So at least we believe maybe it's time based or maybe it's mixture of the two. Nice music. Pretty intense, but also somewhat relaxing. Really don't see. These trees are too high up. Good Pandora's box. I'd rather not waste that. I think we're just gonna try to knock one down. Easier said than done. Nice. Actually, maybe it's easier done than said. Another coconut, I think. Now, if we could somehow translate this into some more verticality, that'd be nice. I don't think it's gonna be the case, even if I were to land on here somehow. We wouldn't have enough to get up there. This is just way too steep, so. Try to take that on the road. I think we should be able to. Jeez, I don't know. I think left side works too, not just right. I don't know how they got the physics engine for this game that well packed. I like the effect of like jumping from a far enough distance, you build enough momentum to the point where if you grab the side of like a mountaintop or something, you actually slide down quite a bit. It seems pretty realistic. I just wonder from like a programming standpoint how that was done. Like some games can take quite a while to nail a physics or like a feature in their game that is kind of pivotal to how it plays. Wake myself up here. This could be solid. No, I can just make the jump across. When you play this game long enough, you just see half that newer players wouldn't even know. You can just assume that you could only climb on the sand, but you'd be surprised how many times it actually doesn't work out. You can slip off of it, and how many times you can get on something that's not covered in sand and it actually be a solid place to stand. As well as like wedging yourself, you kind of almost have to think outside the box in terms of like, you shouldn't just be aiming to land on sand. Like obviously that's the main goal, but if you can wedge yourself in between something there, that actually works out the same as if you were standing on sand here. The problem is now, how do I take this rescue cannon all the way back up here? Declan. Nice. Thank God there was a ledge here to grab this before we rolled over. Alright. I just wanted to do like a little bit of a challenge where I didn't have a backpack climbing up here, so we're kind of limited to technically one item. Because the lantern and the flare pick up any other space. So we can say that we've essentially climbed up this mountaintop with just one item. It's actually kind of difficult to do in Ascent 7. You want to utilize as much as you can, but I think that accomplishment. By the fire. Wait out the night. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and wash my BRB. Alright, we're back. Time is almost over. Probably start making our way. Actually, this takes so long. I don't have a fortified milk on me, do I? Otherwise, I would have just YOLO'd this scout cannon. Like we had earlier. At all. I kind of wanted to get the achievement of bouncing on a fungus like a super high. Probably could like, oh my god. I she's got that run ended, but I'm pretty sure that's a one-hit kill the spider, so. If that's the case, you almost just gotta run end right there. See any more bounce fungi here. Looks like a bouncy shroom there, isn't it? Bouncing on that might count. Reach that time. It's alright. Navigate through these treetops here. And I guess the wind's coming, oh boy. think it's like 60 feet, like something ridiculous. I want to try to get up the rescue pod maybe. Here, spider. Oh, it's right there. Climb even higher. I'm gonna make sure I get this achievement. One's coming. No food. Alright. Hopefully this counts. Holy. Boing! Maybe it didn't count. I don't know if a Steam achievement is supposed to be, so I just see what that. That's pretty high. That didn't count, would be pretty sad. I'm not gonna waste any more time now, I need to though. I think every shroom gives you that little spore side effect, but I think the purple shroom's probably one of the best ones, if not the best one I eat. So it gives you a little bit of a sugar rush as well. We're gonna try to utilize here. I have to eat something, so. Mini soda can. Let's put the soda can. Now here, Beatles. I don't want to be involved with the Beatles. Unless it's John Leonard and Paul McCartney. Did you guys hear it? Big John Lennon's making a comeback. I love using that in like arguments or when somebody says something kind of dumb. Hey, did you know like one of yours aliens would visit us? And I was like, yeah. Did you know John Lennon's making a comeback? Surrounded by water. I cannot get up here. The rope can't really work. I should place it without it falling down. Seems like it's a bit of a waste, but it gets me where I need to go. How much of a waste can it really be? You can't min-max everything to death in this game. The red shroom berry's gonna knock me out. Guess it doesn't. Fog rises. We might have to use this game. Oh my god. Stop. No. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Thank God for the mushroom. Bless up bouncy shroom. Big W. this lantern. Should be able to survive the night though. Got a little close. Yeah, I'm just gonna use a claw. The claw. How does that sound, Fred? I'm knocking the door down here. Very nice. Can't really tell from here how close we are to the top. Say we're pretty damn close. Almost hit that. What a suck. It's my asthma. Skip all that. Thank you, Risky Call. You the real MVP. Get rid of that lantern there. The fact that it has like a meter associated with it almost implies that it could also be refilled. It'd be nice if there was like a way to refill the lantern. It's the best way to get up here. There's nothing in the backpack. We've seen like no luggage. Idea of what I want to do. This is still night. It very much looks like it's daytime right now. It's the blue one, dude. Okay, the blue one just knocks you out. That's fine. I'm just gonna wait for the cold to wear off. We're gonna need every bit of stamina to get up here, including the extra stab. Somehow this is a ledge. See what I mean? The grass / sand is always an indicator of something you can stand on top of. It goes both ways. Some sand / grass you can stand on, and some non-grass and non-sand you can't stand on. Oh, hell yeah. Look at this luggage. Easy there, Bertha. No wind. Settle down there, Bertha. The first aid, actually the first aid gets pretty heavy. Just drop it. In case we need some food. Would be my first choice though. We'll Death trap there. Maybe the bandages are kind of heavy. We'll keep the bandages. There it goes. Never mind, I guess we won't keep the bandages. I love the wind. What the? Great. He just launched himself? Look at that. That's not what I wanted to do at all. It sucks. Go down there. As long as it stays down there. Big munchies. Hell yeah, another suitcase. I was gonna say he sounds close. It's because he is close. Take this idiot into the wind. Oh shit. Jesus. Did he follow you up to the campfire? I really don't want him up here. Surely he doesn't follow me up there. No way, nerd. It actually comes up all the way here. Why? It's so stupid. Can't even enjoy the sun. There goes my health bar. And I've been infected. You'll have to see it. Did he just die there? What the fuck? Did he die because he bit me, or did he die because he got up to the peak and just time went on? Alright. I guess we'll never know. Well, I almost feel like you use a Book of the Dead. Maybe you can actually revive a zombie. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, if there was no player indicator and you saw that this could have been a player and you went to go revive him thinking it was your buddy and then it just comes back as a zombie, it'd be hilarious. Absolutely insane, Oliver. Alright. We're kind of boned here. Oh, he's gonna get us. No good way other than the milk to get through it. I guess the Pandora's box will help us as well, but RNG dependent, and I'd rather not have my run come down to RNG. It's not as much as I can control. here. Way you can prevent frost damage and heal a bit of problems at the same time. It's like the best way to utilize this milk for the most part. But I don't think it's gonna get us through the night. It might. I think it might just started too. Yeah, it did. I should have waited on the mount up. Okay, this actually works. We don't need this. Big heat pack. You want to see what's in here? How fungus is that? Yeah. This is a shuffling. Back. It's low key hoping for one of those. Other one? My goodness. Oh, it's over here. It's not out of range of the invisible wall. Can't get any farther than this time. Unfortunate because like the two best suitcases are right there. Bodied. I don't know why they spawn those outside of it. It's pretty lame. Need to run ads again. This pre-roll's building up once more. Maybe we should just make the ads like one ad might be better overall. Also, a lot more pre-roll. Close to the base of the summit, in which case the real challenge begins. Holy extra stamina, maybe we just go to get up here. Thinking we start right side and get up here, and we'll probably have to work our way either to the far left or just through the center of the mountain. Luckily it's no longer nighttime, so we're not taking more frost damage than we already have to. Let's see. Probably get up here, up there, maybe up there, and then more. Best to explore a different avenue. Sometimes it's not just about finding a path that gets you somewhat up there. It's about finding a path that will lead you to another path that will get you up there. It's all fine and dandy to climb up here, but then if you're stuck on top, what good does it do you? Here to get away from the storm. Hunger is a small factor at the moment, but it's going to be a big one if you don't take care of it. Don't see any of the fruits. There we go. Okay. Next to a lagage as well, so pretty good spot to get to. Some more luggage. I've had the fortune or misfortune, depending on how you look at it, of either living or having a relative that lives near train tracks, like very close, like either like right behind the house or within like 300-meter radius of it. And it's funny how the sound of a train going by overnight kind of be, I guess, nostalgic. In the same vein, kind of soothing. Typically, when things remind you of a better time, it is a bit calming and relaxing, or brings a good feeling upon you, even if the actual thing behind it is considered to be annoying. I'm sure it probably sounds strange for somebody that doesn't have nostalgia over the sound of a train going by to say that the sound of a train is soothing or calming, but every so often you get some memories, or you hear something or see something that reminds you of something that when you were a kid, and then you just kind of associate that with fond memory. Like seeing a plane fly overhead is kind of like a core memory, because again, I had the fortune, misfortune of living, or yeah, I'd say living quite underneath quite a few flight paths, so seeing a plane fly overhead is a common occurrence. That whole ordeal of wasting the extra stamina to try to climb up here, and then like not having it work out is so frustrating, so stupid. And we're about to slide up this edge somehow, even though this was climbable like a second ago. Just gonna pop this. Tired of just falling off shit for no reason. And there's no explanation as to why I can't get up certain things, even though I literally just did. I think this way to use this. Because even if I do use this up here, there's no guarantee this is going to lead me anywhere. No food, which kind of sucks. Message retracted. I wonder what the message said. Waste of a rope cannon. We don't have a peak on to capitalize. Alright. That's kind of pointless. If I shoot this here somewhere. Shoot this highway. Maybe that'll work, I don't know. Committed at this point. Yeah. That work. Maybe if we had more food? We just don't have any. So let's try to find those. That's a lot better. A lot better. Look at that stamina they use. It's crazy. I want this poison to wear off before we do this, but it's gonna take too long. I think with the extra stamina we should be able to do this. As much as we can here. Just better be able to live here. Just barely. I got a lot worse. I would wager to say that the run would have been dead if I didn't make it up here. Now we've wasted so much to get up here. If I don't see any more lagage, then you're truly bummed. Quite literally have like no resources now. Food we can get, that we can control. We're not gonna be able to reach that. Maybe that. Doubt it though. All we have access to is a Pandora's box and a food item. And we're just not going to get far without more items. Why is just like nothing up here? Maybe there's an avenue of success over here. We don't have enough stamina or the items to really navigate these pitons. That's why I usually work from the outside, and not the inside. So they put these pitons too far and few between. You're really stretching your stamina out. So is there any way to get up? Maybe. Like there could be a way to get up through here. Problem is actually reaching there, and I don't really see a good way to do that. There's no luggage there. I think maybe we can just try this. Just hope that it's like a rescue car or something. Glad we made it too. Maybe there's a way on the far left. We have to stand and shimmy our way across here. Maybe cutting it close. was all our HP. Lovely. And we abandoned first aid kit. We didn't grab it, so Pandora's box it is. Lovely, it's all poison. At least have one terrible Pandora's box in you. I don't know if I can be able to make it up here. I definitely should be able to make that. That's pretty much GG right there. Just some stupid jumps that you should have been able to make. I just don't give it to you. That was like the perfect amount of stamina I get up there, and then the game just didn't. So good luck. I feel like there's less and less suitcases in this game. Out of the way of the storm. Whatever you say, game. Whatever you say. Okay, I'll wedge myself up here. Nothing over here. The same for this area. It looks like it. Alright, just back to where we started essentially. By some miracle, this area is able to take us up to the top. I'll left sword. I don't know. I don't think so. We're like an item or two away from probably being able to do this. This side of the map. I'm just waiting for the wheels to fall. As soon as it does, the run's pretty much over. Do anything for you now? Or at least find a luggage, maybe. Something's going for this long. That's pretty sad because we're right there too. And thanks for that. I died of the cold by the time we even come close. cross damage than it was a 1. This game. Not a luggage to be found. Not a 1. Let's see, there's like we're literally like right on top, dude. If it wasn't for this dumb little shelf here, probably would have made this. Again, if we had one more item. If the what are the uses of the Pandora's box was completely like the worst thing ever. If we had one more use of the Pandora's box, you probably would have made it. We're just like right on the cusp. No exaggeration, we're one item away from actually getting top, but I can find a single piece of luggage. When the checkpoint spawns me in during a storm, and I'm absolutely just getting blasted for us. Get out of here. This game's stupid. Well, we already got one run done in the books. I want to give us a second. I ain't gonna fucking force him, so. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you. Expect more long form content on Friday. Another upload, I think we'll do it on Sunday. And then, of course, your daily YouTube short. If you like the stream, hit like on the stream. If you want more, hit subscribe. As always, thanks for watching, everybody. Bake it easy.